This is the new BMW 5 Series, but this one is unique. It's a long wheelbase. It's not available around the world. It is specific to some market. So we are in Mumbai, India to drive this car. This is a 530 Li, the 4-cylinder variant. I've been driving this for the last 2 days and it's monsoon over here. So the car conditions like this. I tried to wash the car a couple of times, but still when I drive to the next driving destination or shooting destination, it is get like this. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you a very clean car. But with this, I'm sharing my experience with the new 5 Series long-wheelbase for the last 2 days. Let's see how much it can tickle the BMW hardcore lovers. All my flywheelers, welcome to Flywheel. Luxury car segment is not same around the world. There are different kind of customers, different choices, and mostly we are seeing the rear end customers on the premium luxury segment, which falls in the 7 Series S-Class segment. But some market like India, China and Eastern countries also prefer to have rear seat comfort in the executive luxury segment. That's why Mercedes first introduced the long wheelbase in this market, but I know this has been started by Audi with the A6 for China, then BMW followed, then Mercedes followed. But in market like India, it was Mercedes who bought the first long wheelbase, then BMW has followed it. While doing that, BMW consider many elements, not just making it longer. They made the wheelbase longer by 11 centimeter, getting more space in the rear. But in spite of that, they also done the suspension more onto the comfort level, made it more refined, made it more luxurious, and they adapted a lot of things from 7 Series, make it look more richer. So how does it affected in this car? That's what we're going to check. Let's check out the design first. BMW is one German brand keeping on experimenting on their design and evolving from every model. That we can see even on the 5 Series, it doesn't look anything from the predecessor. It's a very different car. First of all, the kidney grille is formed in a new form, not like the other siblings. It's bigger, but it's been surrounded with brass element rather than chrome. New vertical slag is also can be closed like this. It is actually designed even considering the i5, so aerodynamic element is considered. Again, this is some flaps which we have seen in other BMWs. Bumper, you can see it's M-kit and it's very engaged. Lot of vertical elements and it's all been brass. And as I said, unfortunately, it's been blurted. But this thing, as you see, the flap is closing. So this thing look it more engaging than the non-M kit because that felt very plain. The headlight is very different. You can see vertical to arrow kind of a design for the DRL. Gone are the days of Corona rings, which I really loved. And when you come to the front 3/4, you can see those elements from the bonnet popping up. It's very sharp element. Front fender is very plain, but there is M logo here. Normally BMW always had a very strong crease which forms a shoulder line, which is now more seen in any BMWs. It's an 18-inch Weissbock design wheel, but this is for purpose because some of the market, especially the market like India, we need more cushiony comfort ride and the road quality is not great. So the tendency to break the tire is also high. In that case, this is a good option to have an 18-inch. To contrast stylish looks for the car, you have the 19-inch option available in the M wheels. And when you come to the side, as I mentioned, there is no strong creases, but the greenhouse is big and is also surrounded with brass element. The flush door handle from BMW is like this. It reminds me of some of the older BMWs. It's not like popping up handles. Dynamic line you can see. And when you come to the rear, clink has been retained in a different form. All the new BMW models, you can see the clink has their nomenclature. Here is the 5 Series. In the 3, 7, you can see that. And even in the X models, you can see. Which makes the C-pillar look very thin. It's a sporty element. But how much it matches with the design, you have to tell me. And the rear 3/4, you can see the taillight element over here. Rest of the things we can see from the rear. Again, you can see the BMW taillight design is a split one, but the L element is missing. This is the M body kit as I mentioned, and you can see an engaged rear bumper with lot of element. Again, it's also brass finish. This is something which makes the car more engaging than the regular one, non M kit. The shark fin antenna has been softened. You can also see the boot length is reduced. It's a more rear slunked proportion, which is again not a BMW thing. I felt BMW had a better boot designs earlier. However, how do you feel the new BMW design? Do let me know in the comments. Let's have the boot space now. Again, it's a very spacious boot with a 500 liter. It's arranged in a longer format rather than wider format. It's a wide opening as there. You can see if you arrange the luggage properly, you can have your own weekend luggage. The space for space saver wheel over here, it's accommodated a little bit of the space, but otherwise it's very useful, especially for this market. This is the 500 liter boot from 5 Series. Before we getting in, I'll show you this. There's no soft closer on the new 5 Series long wheelbase. You have to bang it hard. It's a 7 Series influence interior for the new 5 Series, and with this long wheelbase there is a improvement in 11 centimeters on the rear space, which is very good. So roomy interior, there's a lot of space, roominess, especially with this huge panoramic sunroof. There's no claustrophobic feel anywhere except on one thing, which is a sill level for the rear door. If a shorter guy or a kid sit there, I think they may miss a little bit outside view. Otherwise, it's a very roomy interior. As I mentioned, the design is inspired from the 7 Series, which is derived from iX, and you can see a bent screen with include the infotainment as well as the instrument console. All the control, or the most of the control, are in the screen. There is air vents which submerge and look good. There is no air vent as such, but the flow of air is very good. You can control it over here on the knob. But for any other control, you have to use the touch function, which is something common thing which is seen in most of the cars nowadays, which I don't think is a great thing. We need to have a analog switch for that. But BMW has retained something which is very good, which people love, the rotary knob. Now with the crystal finish, look amazing. Crystal element you can see on the gear selection knob as well as voice control, and everywhere in the dash and the door pad there is crystal element which look amazing. Ambient lighting reflect over that, and if you engage your hazard, such functions look amazing. It's a BMW M inspired steering wheel with a bold hold, and it look amazing. There's a pedal shifter, multifunction, look good, and the leather wrap is also giving good grip. It's a vegan interior with a vegan leather, so the leathers which you're seeing here is vegan, but it's soft, it's feeling good. The embroideries on the seat is good, side bolsters are amazing. Front seat is very supportive, especially with this cushion. I have a very good support. Rear is also very spacious. This is the most important space in this car as far as the long wheelbase is concerned. It is spacious, there is a lot of room, the thigh support is good, seat is crafted well. But unfortunately, there is no reclination available, but it's been reclined to 31-degree level, which is good. There is again no entertainment as such available in the rear, but there is an option to fix your iPads or tabs. There is a holder available, which is again a genuine accessory. You can also have USB-C charger over there. One thing which I felt a bit awkward is that there is no sun blind, which is on the door or even on the rear window. Whatever available is an aftermarket sun blind. I just feel like very cheap, so I would recommend BMW to consider a better one or have a rear sun blind, which is a crucial element. Box & Wilson sound system is what we can see in the 5 Series. What I really like is the speaker grille design, and it look amazing. As mentioned in the outset, there is no chrome or brushed aluminum anywhere. It's all bronze finish, which again according to BMW look more premium. You can see again a wood treatment over here, and some lightning effect design is given, which in your opinion, what you feel, just let me know in the comment. As I mentioned, the new 5 Series long wheelbase is developed concentrating this area, the rear seat. Of course, there is huge space available here, but what really matters when you travel is the traveling comfort, which can be either suspension, it can be the seating, or even the acoustics. First thing first, in this traffic, I have to appreciate how they made the cabin so quiet. You can see there is a lot of vehicles around, especially those kind of rickshaws and trucks and buses, and there are people honking also, but it is very quiet here. You can see it's not as quiet as 7 Series, but it is quiet for 5 Series and executive luxury sedans. Comfort is again enhanced with the seating position. It is little higher. You can see outside world very well. Reclination is also good, even though it can't be adjusted. So that is two factors which I really like. There's a lot of space for your leg, shoulder, head, everything. So there's a lot of space. Whatever, like the seating position in front of me is something set by friend of mine is almost 6 feet. Still have this much space means it's quite roomy. I really like the pillow over here. There's a new element which is seen in premium segment, which is brought down to executive segment now. Compared to the direct rival E-Class, this is a firmer kind of a cushion. In E-Class is more softer, but it depends on the people. Some people really like this firm cushion. Some others like the feather ones, which is very soft. Anyway, for me, I always like to keep it between my head and shoulder, behind my neck, give good support. With the unfolded handrest is giving a proper captain-like seat feel. Both handrests are in the right position, so you can sit comfortably without aching your shoulder. Another thing is the entertainment part. Of course, there's a good. So it was a very bad patch, but still my back is not ached or like it is not even felt here. This is what suspension really means. Anyway, I'm coming back to entertainment part. There's a Box & Wilson sound system, which is a beautiful sound system. As mentioned, there is no entertainment screen, but you can fix your tablets here on this holder, which can be again flexible, and watch whatever videos you want, especially when kids are in the rear. And it can be adjusted to their height. You can recline there, or you can also like keep it vertical or horizontal according to your likes. This is a good feature, and there is a USB charger along with that. Again, helps to keep the tab charging. It's raining again, back to back raining. But one thing, as I mentioned, the suspension while I was driving is more onto the softer side, which is giving a good plushy ride here. Even though it's not air suspension, still there's no much bad damps getting into the back, which is a good thing. In my opinion, people who love to sit in the rear really will have a good ride, which is why they introduced the long wheelbase 5 series for such market. And for such market, again, in addition, there is a AC control over here, which again can be set to temperature. So basically it's a 4-zone AC, and you can keep your phone for charging over here. Again, there is space for your cup holders, which is integrated very well. Now I would like to shift back to the driving seat, where I like to spend my time. So this new BMW 5 series long wheelbase comes only with a 4-cylinder in this market. We unfortunately don't have the well acclaimed inline 6-cylinder options, but what we have is the 4-cylinder with the same 8-speed gearbox. And for this kind of BMW, what they're focusing more on comfort and refinement, I think this powertrain is good enough. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder producing 258 HP of power and 400 Nm of torque. It's not great in power, but it is powerful. There are different driving modes available, and if you switch on to the sport mode, it can sprint from 0 to 100 in 6.5 seconds, which is not a bad figure. But if you are a real enthusiastic BMW fan, of course, the lesser figure will be more happy for you, I know. What I miss is not the power or performance, but I miss that extra 2-cylinder grunt which you get from the powertrain. Now it's a very refined powertrain. It's only because with this powertrain you won't be missing much on the power, but what you're going to miss is that extra 2-cylinder grunt which normally you get from the inline sixes. It will be only one remark which any enthusiastic BMW fans would have to say. Otherwise, it's a good powertrain. It's a very refined machine in all means. The road noise, wind noise, and the engine noise is minimum. We are driving in Mumbai, and Mumbai doesn't have the best of the roads in India. Of course, after monsoon, there are a lot of broken parts and potholes in many parts of the city. So we were encountering a lot of them, and I have to admit that suspension is very refined. It can be a good thread for fast travel Mercedes. So those people who are looking for comfort more, then this car's suspension is good enough. It's not an air suspension, you can't adjust the height. With the extra 11cm wheelbase, it will be challenging to encounter the speed breakers, which are sometimes quite big over here. But so far, with my experience for the last 2 days, I had not brushed my bottom too much. Of course, I did in couple of areas where those speed breakers like a huge mountain. That too in a case where I can't take it sideways, because in Bombay traffics are very close. So only that place we had to face this issue. Otherwise, it's been quite easy job. the life was easy. And the best thing is, like, you are very comfortable in all the seats over here. Normally BMW seats are a bit firmer than the Mercedes seats, but here it's comparatively softer. But still, I feel the E-Class seat is little more softer in comparison. The front seats are electrically adjustable. It has got ventilation. It has memory functions also, but the problem is this touch function. As I mentioned, all this touch function while you're driving, if you want to use it, you need to have proper attention over there. If it was button, it was not the scene. But if you're doing this way, you have to take your attention from the road and do it. It is not a safe thing. It's not safe, especially when there is a chauffeur driving it, and chauffeur, if not that experienced, there are chances to make more mistakes. So those things is not a common thing just with BMW. It's a general thing which you have seen in most of the brands now comes to the market. Normally with any BMW, first thing comes to our attention is the steering, which will be pretty heavier than the competitions, which is something which any BMW fans would love and enjoy. But right now we are missing it. It is a very softer setting over here. I know they are targeting the luxury segment, especially for this market as a chauffeur-driven market. But in case if you want to enjoy your machine on a weekend or maybe on a winding roads, you will find it a non-BMW element because it's softer. Even though the steering wheel, it's a thick M kind of steering wheel. Here all we can really see the improvement of suspension. Just mentioned it in between. So this steering wheel, in spite of being a proper sporty steering wheel, the feel you're getting is more luxurious than sporty. So suspension setting is leaning more to the comfort and luxury than the sporty which normally you get on a BMW. Of course, the market requirement is so, but again, as a BMW lover, the BMW suspension which we normally get is more of a very balanced one. The body weight ratio has been balanced very well by BMW in this, in spite of being longer wheelbase. One thing which I am missing here is this body management, where I'm getting a little bit of body roll and leaning towards side, which was not a BMW thing anytime. Because BMW always had a balanced suspension which make you feel more confidence while you're pushing on turns, which is something I really miss on this new 5 Series long wheelbase. But if you want to enjoy that, there are two more options. One is the M5 and the other one is the i5, which are way balanced in my experience. This new 5 Series feels more like a 7 Series, which is a good element for the customers who buy this. The comfort level, refinement level, all are matching closely towards the 7 Series. Of course, the 7 Series, the new one, is more comfortable than the early one, but this is almost as comfortable as the last generation 7 Series. It reminds me of getting onto the rear seat, which is the most concentrated part in this new 5 Series. So this is my experience while driving and enjoying the rear seat. I've been driving this 5 Series for the last 2 days. It's the third day. It's been 2 days in this rainy Mumbai. I was driving the 5 Series and I was enjoying it. I was having fun. I was liking it. But I'm missing out that small bit of sportiness which I've always enjoyed and loved in the 5 Series. This is what my verdict is. How do you feel about this new long wheelbase 5 Series? Just let me know by its looks or whatever experience I shared. Would you be interested in getting the regular 5 Series or the long wheelbase? Do let me know in the comments. Anyway, please do like and share this video. If you're yet to subscribe, please do subscribe and click that bell button so that you will get updated with all the latest videos as soon as we upload it. Until we meet next with an exciting machine, stay tuned and enjoy wheeling.